Day 682, 22 for 22. Good morning. I hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight and do not quit. All right, so talked about knowing your value on Friday. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a mosaic. You are that mosaic. When we first start out as babies, we're probably clear or colored brightly. And as life happens, there's going to be portions that are black, red, purple, colors that are not necessarily bright and airy. Purple is, if it's a royal purple, it's beautiful. If it's a dark purple, it's a big bruise, a healing bruise. And then along the way, sometimes, depending on what happens to us in our life, either as a child or as an adult, and it doesn't matter if you're a first responder, veteran, or just a regular person, I guess, you can get shattered, and then we're left picking up the pieces that was once us in our lives. And there's always going to be that one piece you can't find, the one piece that was ground into dust that will leave us no longer whole. And that can happen a few times, and we each time have to rebuild it. What the heck is that noise? Not a kid, I don't think. So we have to rebuild that mosaic every time. Some of us are in the process of rebuilding it right now. And there can be many pieces missing, but it's still the mosaic, and it is still you. I was, as a child, in a war with somebody in my life, and it wasn't my dad. Obviously, it wasn't a shooting war, but it was a battle of wills and a battle of survival in some cases. I'm not going to kid you. And it broke me for a while, but I wouldn't let that show. As a child, I was shattered, and I had to put myself back together again, and I did that. And the Army was a great big help. And I didn't join the Army because of that war. I joined the Army because of the family history that my family has with serving our country. That's an important thing to me, and it is something that I was going to do regardless. At my earliest ages, I was outside freaking fighting in the woods, playing war. So that I didn't leave my house because of what was going on. Well, I did. I can't say I didn't, but the military was my first choice, and that was long before the person that did that to me was in it. Now, I'm digressing a little bit here. Now, went through my Army career and did pretty well, and enjoyed it, and did really well until the heart attack and the career went away, and then the ex-wife, and that was a shattering time again. I had to rebuild. I've rebuilt again. There's a lot more dark in my mosaic than there used to be, and there's a few more pieces missing than there used to be. But the thing is I've rebuilt it, and we cannot let ourselves be defined by the trauma that occurred. And it doesn't matter what that trauma is. You are, and I've said this before, that mosaic is the sum of all your experiences. And the thing is that mosaic is you, but the things that turn that mosaic black or red or whatever dark color cannot be what defines you as you. PTSD and all this trauma is not an excuse for you to go out and be a bad person to yourself or to your significant others or to anybody. PTSD is basically your brain telling you that you survived that, And I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen to you again, because I'm not going to let you forget it. And that's still, that rings true. But the thing is you cannot define yourself by your PTSD. You cannot define yourself by your pain. I mean, I think that's what made, like, grunge, if you want to call it grunge. I didn't like calling it grunge. But like Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, all these guys that ended up committing suicide identified themselves by their pain. And it honestly made them great artists and let them sing with the emotion they did. And you can go through history and find that a lot. Janis Joplin. But the deal is you can't let yourself define your life by that PTSD, by that one event or that one period. You have to figure out how to not do that to yourself, because you're pigeonholing yourself into a life of crap. And that's not where we should be as humans. We should be always striving to move forward and shoot for better things for ourselves. We are sentient beings that can think and that can change and work within our abilities and constraints to have a good life. We are built that way, and we can do it. But it's a choice. Largely, it is a choice to say, I'm not going to take this crap from myself anymore, and I'm going to do something about it. And that's not kill yourself. That is seek the necessary treatment. And even if you have to keep hunting for it, keep hunting for it. And just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the you that you used to be. I mean, you're not going to be that you used to be, but you could be something very close. Life is worth living. Plain and simple. You just have to find that reason, and you have to do it from outside of that trauma. You can't live inside that trauma, because it's going to eat you alive, as it already has, and we can't let that keep happening to ourselves. I made the conscious choice to not let that woman that destroyed me, either of them, live rent-free in my head. They occasionally get some time as an Airbnb. But I have made sure that I try to not let that part of my life keep turning things red or black. I'm going to talk about a movie tomorrow, and it's a kid's movie. It's an important movie. It's one of my favorite movies, actually. But anyway, I'm going to do a couple push-ups and get out of here. But please don't let the trauma that has occurred in your life define you about who you are. Oh. Hey, not quite there, but better. Might be doing push-ups by March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all you get Monday. 5. I'm not sure how they work, because I don't watch myself doing those. I can't. All right, so I share on From the Edge to Thriving, my own personal page, Jim Tuff, and 29 other Facebook groups. I'm getting a lot more shares lately, and I so much appreciate it. Thank you. If you do want to share it and you can't share it from the group that you find it in because of their security settings, please come to From the Edge to Thriving and share from there. Or come to Jim Tuff, that page, and share from there. I'm also putting it back on YouTube. I've actually had some people wondering where I went. So I'm going to put it back on there. Excuse me. If you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. There's absolutely no shame or weakness in seeking the help that you need to stay here on this plane. Do what you got to do to be here. That's all you got to do. Do what you got to do. Bottom line, Please do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary or permanent problem. You got this. I believe in you. Tough out.